You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole and Hangover Gang. We are bringing Tom Macdonald back down the rabbit hole. The song is Snowflakes, and thank you so much to Joe for suggesting this.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm really looking forward to this new Tom Macdonald to come down the rabbit hole. Thank you so much, Joe, for bringing Tom Macdonald back down the rabbit hole and for recommending to us that we take a look at Rumble and get our videos up on Rumble. So if you guys are wanting to follow us on a couple other platforms, we have Rumble, we have Patreon, we have YouTube now. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronic Myths.
Thank you guys so much. Rumble is definitely a place for a lot of non-left wingers and stuff, and we know that, as you can see, Tom is trash and all that stuff that he went through. We've heard fake woke, we have heard dirty money. Now we're doing some snowflakes. We're excited for this to see what he spits. Here we go.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.
Yeah.
He's so right about that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So much to unpack in 20 seconds.
It is. It's so... Yes, everything that he says is like we could be pausing after every single statement he makes.
Yeah.
Because he's right. Just because you get rid of guns doesn't mean it's going to stop gun violence.
No.
We live in Canada. We still have gun violence.
Yes.
Like, all the time. And it's just not as widely spoken about. Like, in the States, they have one story about gun violence and they play it 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
We have to find out about it word of mouth or through a Facebook group around our community.
The media is pushed so much differently in America.
Because they won't push any of the violence because it's safe.
Yeah.
But it's just as dangerous, but we just aren't able to have the guns that you're able to get in America.
Yeah.
But bad guys are still going to get guns anyways.
There's always a black market.
There's always the black market.
And the politicians don't lose it.
And the politicians don't lose it. They're always lying. They're taking money. They're taking more, like, raises. They get the most raises out of everyone.
Yeah.
But if you lie to the government, then you're going to jail. And if you tell the truth, you're going to jail.
Yeah, it's rough, y'all. You have to play the lies, and we're not about that. It doesn't look like he's about that either. And the snowflakes are definitely about that. So screw up. There we go.
Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. I hear him preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less.
I'm all 3. Hey, come at me.
White, they preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here, elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to...
Tom Macdonald actually... No, it wasn't Tom Macdonald. It was another person who I follow who actually showed a video of, like, one of the last surviving World War II veterans who fought for our country, and he broke down saying, this is not why my friends died. This is not why.
No kidding,
everything
right?
that he's talking about in this video, like, oh my goodness, if I can find that video, I'll share it in the Discord.
And all the veterans are homeless, like,
yeah, like,
you know,
they're not being taken care of because the politicians lied.
Jeez.
To the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes.
Nice.
Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we need to talk about this, like, as women and mothers and people who have daughters.
Please do.
Because they're, like, literally the role models for young girls are prostitutes.
Yeah, they
like,
are right now.
They're naked. Like, they're the girl who plays the new Little Mermaid. If you look at the outfit she's wearing, it's like literally just a strap.
Right.
in all of her red carpet.
No modesty anymore.
There's no modesty. It's just
It's being
like
pushed.
that's everything is so pushed to be scandalous and wear no clothes and sing songs about WAP and like
Exactly.
like these are supposed to be the role models for little girls. Like literally, they all have OnlyFans,
Yeah.
and it's like
That's a scary thing to want to be fighting for money for.
yeah, and it's supposed to be feminism and equality and freedom, and all it is it's breaking families, it's breaking moral statuses, it's breaking people's cultures,
Breaking the
for
modern family.
freedom, and
It's breaking the family
it
system,
is breaking
right?
the family system.
Yeah. It's rough.
Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean. But if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave, all of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting what you stand against, you don't think you are. But a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn, dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake.
I need to pause this for a second because it's true, because it's the biggest kind of war right now that people are actually fighting is the war between, is like the civil war between the red and blue, the white, the left and right.
It's just the ideologies. Yeah.
And it's like, well, I hate it. I hate America and I live here. And it's like, well, then why do you live here if you hate America?
Exactly.
Why are you here just bashing but not doing anything? If you hate America, do something about it. If you hate where you're living, do something about it. Have a voice. Get out there.
They want revenge.
They want revenge.
They could leave, but they want
that's
revenge.
why even she was saying, or he was saying, it's propane, gasoline and a lighter, propane and fire, because we're just pouring gasoline on it and
we're
blowing it up even more because everyone's just throwing things out, getting mad, being snowflakes, getting upset about everything. Oh my god, my feelings, trigger warning
being
on
paid
every
to
show.
vandalize.
Like being paid to vandalize things,
Right.
and have riots, but then they're just like throwing more gas on, more gas on the fire. I had to think about what I was saying there.
But it's so crazy. I'm surprised you didn't pause it after they talked about the man beating the females in the sports and all that.
I wanted to.
I saw your finger go twice for that pause. And like that's how much it's hitting us. And like again, there's even a whole nother minute. So like Tom Macdonald,
like,
Hangover Game, this is a great song. Let's keep it going.
Cool, cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way. Guess
I love how he says that you can't make us see it your way, no way. But it's like they try to force us to see it their way, and if we don't see it their way, you're not allowed to disagree, because then you're just branded with these names and these and stereotypes, and
It's a power game.
hypocritical.
But there's no such things as hypocrites because there's no right and wrong in their games.
Yeah, it's just power.
Right?
Pure power.
leading propane, more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Ay, everybody's wrong, that's a real problem. Ay, they don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, this ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane, more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
The Purge.
And Nova Rockefeller is actually the girl there.
Yeah, that's his
Yes,
girlfriend.
yeah. So that's something I learned. It's awesome. Wow.
I love how they have The Purge playing in the background.
Yeah.
And he literally said, the only way this will end is when we're all in a coffin.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to see the Civil War go down, man. But I mean, I was in. Y'all probably don't know this, but I was in America for 3 months, telling people to get out of America before that melting pot got too much, and didn't mean it as in like be ashamed of your country or anything like that. It was more just like, hey, there's some real things coming, and you might not want to be a part of it. Take a stance or go if you're not willing to do it. And I mean,
it's really hard now because look where we are in Canada with everything, with the melting pot and everything that's going on. Like, even our 13-year-old is asking to be homeschooled because he's like, Mom, I don't.
And specifically what he says is, I'm a boy, I'm not ready to be a man yet, but that does not mean I want to be a woman.
Absolutely.
And that's real specific why. And that's the type of the ideologies that are being pushed at school that are causing kids to even make decisions that you would never make. Like, when I was that age, I wasn't thinking like that. So it's also, I don't think they realize they're creating more powerful kids that are going to raise out of this confusion, that are going to be so dynamic to how do you do this? We can't even think how to function in it.
It's not even like what's happening right now is the pull of going one way or the other is now so strong and so polarizing with what is being taught in the schools and just in society in general.
Absolutely.
That you have people who are either going 100% full forced into it or 100% full forced out of it.
Exactly.
And it's not creating an environment that's conclusive to have conversation or ask questions or do anything.
Gets too hot for the snowflakes.
It's too hot for the snowflakes. They start to melt.
Get little headaches.
Yeah, I've got a migraine.
So like, and it's crazy but it's true because like confrontation is hard. We understand that, but like what Tom Macdonald's saying is like, just like if you're embarrassed of us, leave. We're embarrassed of you too. We're choosing to stay here because we love the principles of why this country was made and what they stood for, and that's what we're trying to push on.
So if you're embarrassed of us, well, we're embarrassed of you. It's like and he also said both sides are wrong.
Exactly.
He did say that in there.
Of course.
It's that there's so many inconclusive.
It's the narrow path that is so hard to take, right?
Because everyone on either side is going to have an opinion.
Yes.
But opinions are like assholes and everyone has one. And so like
absolutely.
There's fact there too. So being able to have a conversation, being able to have an argument without melting and falling apart or adding more propane to the fire it's a hard thing to do, but we have to be able to do it, and that's also what is maturity and what is also being an adult.
That's what dialogue is, and that's why you need both sides of the brains to function, because people think differently. Someone wants to live in a box, someone wants to live outside of the box, and when that time's needed for both sides, you need to be able to blend them in correctly, because there's sometimes you might be getting someone's going to attack you. You probably need to get in a box.
Well, look at I'm just making this quick connection here with me and you, right? Because you're talking about needing both sides, left and right, the left side of the brain, right side of the brain, creativity, but also having rules and regulation. So you're very analytical, you're very rules and regulation based.
Exactly.
You're the one who's running everything like a steam engine, essentially.
Absolutely.
I'm over here, I'm the creative one who's like, oh, well, let's do this, well, let's do that. Well, if we do a pop of color here, this is what's going to happen here, and being able to think outside the box
keeps me not so rigid.
And that having that within a structure as small or large as a relationship, but then you need that in a country as well. You need to be able to have the rules and regulations and laws. You need to have the red, white, and blue who are able to maintain and keep safety and keep protocol. But you also need to have those who are able to say, okay, like that protocol's been working, but here's been a change. Let's think outside of the box. Let's have some creativity. Let's, maybe we better call Saul kind of mentality.
Of course.
Right? To get through it. But we're not having that because of this polarizing view,
People rather text it instead of looking someone in the eye and having a conversation.
Online.
Yeah, of course, they're all addicted to your phones, but like, it's the interpersonal, like, it's the inner family connections that will cause the civil war to happen. Obviously, if it's a civil war, that means the family members are not connecting.
Even the family is divided within one household.
Of course, and that's
what's
what truth.
happening
That's what
today.
truth has always done. It's always divided. It's just, can we try to find a way to move forward, right? Like, and that's why I love Tom Macdonald and the Hangover Gang, because what they're fighting for is, I think it's like he's saying,
It's
no
true
one's
freedom of speech.
because it's no
true
one's
freedom.
true on either side, right? It's like, I don't even vote myself because I'm apolitical, because I don't think there's a political solution to a spiritual problem. I think it starts within, and you got to address that demon within yourself. And that's what, it's crazy if you don't, because you're going to throw it onto a different side. And that's why, because 50% of people voted for Trump. That means 50% of the people are either crazy, or that's just how people think differently.
Or 50% of the people actually see a reason for that vote.
Exactly.
And that means that if 50% are voting one way and 50% are voting another, then somewhere in the middle there's dialogue that's missing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's right. Like, and if you're only given 2 options anyway, look at us here. We had 3 options.
Yep.
And
Helps a bit.
it helps not really.
Just a bit. See, I don't vote.
So, but it's still like, it feels like we're just given, here's 3 options. They're standing on all the same platform, but choose the one that is the better evil or lesser evil to you.
I know, but like, that's why we're in such a different world. That's why a Tom Macdonald can raise up and become more influential than a president
And
now.
that's why he also is only able to say these things, because it's him and his girlfriend who are making this. He's not signed. He's not being controlled because of tax cuts or anything else. He's not a marionette.
No.
Like, a lot of the music industry is, especially in North America, where if once you sign that contract, you are now a marionette.
Yep, you are. You are.
A
All
puppet.
the different producers trying to pull you different ways to make more money.
And so that's why it's so, like, listening to his songs are so powerful, and they invoke such conversation because every second he's spitting a fact that is so powerful and so meaningful that it's like, I could talk for eons on his songs. And I know the first couple songs that I listened to, I didn't say as much, because there's also, you know, with the snowflakes and adding fire to the propane to the fire, or melting type of analogies that Tom Macdonald was using. You end up almost silencing yourself out of fear of, how many nails am I going to put in my own coffin today?
Totally.
Right? So
Hangover Gang, keep on not being scared to say what you need to.
Keep
as
courageous.
You're getting more courageous, and it gives me courage to say what I need to say as well. And you guys make us feel welcome. So I hope you guys are feeling welcome here as well. Thanks for being here. We're exiting the rabbit hole now, folks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Keep that Tom Macdonald coming down the rabbit hole. We absolutely love his stuff. Keep having the conversation. Keep courageous. And let's keep going forward. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless you.
Take care, and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special shout out to all of our patrons and YouTube members. We appreciate all of your support.